Good morning. Running just a little bit behind. For some reason, my my lighthouses didn't want to start up this morning, so I had to restart everything. Okay, a new flight, rep, Newcastle. See where we're going. That looks good. Confirm start flight. Wait till we get back in the cockpit. So let me my desktop, see what's going on here. Okay, everything kind of looks okay. I gotta figure out why that's doing that. For some reason, when I start up OBR Toolkit, it thinks there's another one running, and I'm not sure why that's doing that. So I'll have to one other crazy thing to investigate about streaming NVR. So, but that's just life. So, but I'm just waiting for the waiting for Explain to get around to getting loaded up here. I had to. I didn't have to shut Windows down. I thought I was going to, but I didn't have to. But so I just gotta wait for Explain to get started here, so we can get in the cockpit and go fly. I did do a test this morning on not using any controllers with Explain, and what I found out is that if you use like a button on your yoke to bring yourself in and out of Explain, especially on the first launch of Explain, you're kind of presented like and I streamed it. It's on my channel. You're kind of like sitting. Kind of like you're sitting on the top of the seat of the plane, and your head sticking out through your whole body sticking out through the top of the wing. And but when you try to use a mouse, normally if you click on the right mouse button, a menu will drop down. And in this case, that doesn't happen. So you have all the appearances that the VR mouse is there, but it doesn't work. So what I ended up doing was I added a button to center myself in the cockpit on my yoke. And once I did that, then when I was in the cockpit, it worked. And then I could click on using that menu. I could click on View and click on Chase. So it would put me like outside the back behind the airplane. And the menu would work at that point. So it was a little weird what was going on, but I just have to I just wanted to document that and to see what just to see what my experience was. So she's taking her good old time today. I don't have it on SSD. I have it on a hard drive, and due to the fact I'm running Orbx True Earth, more than likely Vulkan is caching all of its all the stuff that it normally does when it starts. So that does make for it to start a little bit longer. Normally you don't get to see this because I'm normally start my stream when I'm in the cockpit, but today that wasn't possible because I still wanted to try to get the stream to start on time, but we gotta wait. So today we're flying from Newcastle in the UK, and we're going to end up in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is where Edinburgh Castle is, and we were there for an event called the Tattoo, and it's a bunch of military marching bands that comes and performs right outside the castle. Outside the castle, there's like an area where they set up bleachers and stuff, and there we go. And so we got to see that too. Okay, so now playing, return the game. What kind of weather do we have? Weather looks bad. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, let me get myself centered in the seat here. Hello. Where'd you go? Okay. Yeah, still ain't. Whoa. Some reason it doesn't seem happy this morning. I'm not sure what's going on. No, that still ain't right. One of the mornings. That's better. I'll grab you, move you a little bit. Grab you, move you a little bit. Alrighty. So, okay, just look over the plane here. Alrighty. Before I do anything, I want to check a rep. I want to see what's going on here. Okay, fuel looks good, 16. Want to check the maintenance. Show maintenance report. All looks good there. 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 So, I gotta report this because, well, the good thing is that I'm streaming this for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I gotta ask Nico why it's doing this, because all of these says needs small caging, and I don't know what that means. I just do not know. So if I click on calibrate, then it says it's okay. So I will, after I'm done with the stream, we'll get a hold of him and say, well, why is it doing this? Because it's like all of them needs all of them, and I'm not so sure why. Everything here looks good. Okay, we're good. So we're good with that, and let's see where we're at. Frames are looking really, really good today. It seemed a little stuttery, but let's get some plugins loaded in here. Fly with Lua macros. Sound. Put you down here. Plugins. Have a tab. Tablet. Put you right there. Next checklist. Open checklist. I got you there. So before we go too far, let me get some stuff set up here. So we're going to go to the airport. And I gotta figure out where I am. Newcastle, EGNT. EGNT. Alrighty. Search. Where's the next one we're going to? Well, we'll put in Edinburgh, EGPH. There's another airport that isn't showing up for some reason. I'm not so sure why that's true. So we'll just not worry about that. So EGNT maps. Hello. Cool. So let's get us started. So probably the next thing we need to do is get the plane started. So we'll go ahead and move this down just a little bit. Click on next.
2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector. Both. 4 fuel shut-off valve. On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH, then cut off. C auxiliary pump. Off. 12 starter. Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture, at engine start. Rich. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Leaned max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments.
So we're on east. East, just the one side of it. That looks good.
Set. 1 brakes.
Alrighty. So we got the plane started up. We're gonna have to just wait a little bit here to make sure that that it's warmed up, and then we'll be good to go. Alrighty. So let's oh wow. So let's click on connect. I was going, why aren't the frequencies showing up? And we're going to validate the flight plan. Then we're going to file the flight plan. So pilot ATC kind of knows what I'm doing. Come on. Something seems a little bit odd here. Just trying to figure out why it is Oh. Some reason when it gets this way, it does not want to get out. Maybe. No. It still has some IFR stuff going on in Edinburgh, so we'll just have to deal with it. That's all there is to it. So let's so we'll go to tower. Say active runway.
Arriving and departing runway 25.
Okay. So plane's warmed up. Runway 25. All I gotta do is figure out how to get there, and we should be good to go. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact Newcastle ground on 121.72 for taxi clearance.
Setcom 1 standby 119.70.
Com 1 standby already set to 119.7.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 25 via taxiways Delta, hold short runway 25.
So we'll see if we can find it. So let's zoom in a little bit. Delta's there. Okay, so I'm pointed in the right direction. Kind of. So I gotta get on that taxiway right there. And Looks like a dead end. I'm gonna spin around on the grass here. I'm trying to figure out where I am. Come on, let's go. And this ain't the right way. Okay. So I found Delta. I might have been able to get there from there, but it didn't look right. Say weather.
Weather at Echo Golf November Tango is scattered. Visibility is unrestricted. Winds are 254 at 18 knots. Cloud coverage is 4000 scattered. Current altimeter is 299.7. Temperature 9 or dew point -2. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 119.7, have a good morning.
Yeah, I think it's the whole chart line. Let me get the nav lights on, taxi lights off, landing lights on. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 252 at 18 knots, altimeter 299er7 cleared for takeoff, runway 25 squawk 1200.
Okay. Right, takeoff. Let me zoom back out here. Go to satellite. That should be good. Get lined up with the runway here. Airspeed's alive. Rotate. Up we go. Looks like our initial turn is a turn to the right, and we'll wait till we get 500 feet above the ground and we'll make the turn. We're climbing pretty smackingly this morning. Oh, 500 feet, looks like we need a heading of 324. That's 300, 310, 320. We'll say that's 24. So we got a ways to go. We got 42 miles to go. So looks like I'm in a somewhat westerly direction. So I'll climb up to 2,500 and level off. So it looks like the first thing on the agenda this morning is Floors Castle.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, enjoy your morning. Frequency change approved.
Okay, 200 feet from my altitude, I'm going to pull all back to 2,200 RPM. Pulling back on the yoke just a little bit to get it a little bit higher here. Okay, coming in on 2,500. She stopped just a little bit. Pull back on the yoke a little bit more. Trimmed. Looks like she may settle in there around 2,500. I'm a little bit off course. But let's see where she settles in. Just trying to get turned a little bit here to get back on course. Pulled back on the power just a little bit. Just trying to find the balance. So I should be on a heading of 324 and I'm on a heading of 330, so not too far. Pretty close. See what my center airport is here. EGFQ. Okay. That airport does not exist. So, we are not going to be landing at that airport. We'll fly over it, but we're not going to land at it. More than likely, it's a military airport. That's what I think. And because it's not open to the public, when I search for it in Avatab here, it does not find it. So about 20 minutes to our our first destination. It's like 2,500 should clear that ridge coming up. And I'm just not so sure how much past that ridge that our destination will be. It's 32 miles, so there is no way you can see 32 miles, so I would see probably maybe past that second ridge too, so we'll just have to see. Part of the adventure of flying is, even though you have maps and all this stuff, judging distance, it's still a challenge. So I have a flight plan loaded, and I watch it, but I do not fly with it. All my flying is done hand flying, so the altitude and the heading It's all done by hand. So, that's kind of how I like to fly. I'm flying in a general aviation airplane, not flying an airliner. And, the advantage is I don't have to, if I want to go explore something, I can just do it. I don't have to disconnect the autopilot to allow me to do it. I just can do it. And I enjoy kind of feeling that I'm actually flying the airplane. So we are recreating flights that I did in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Probably either the end of last month or the very beginning of this month. I think it's the beginning of this month. And so I'm just basically recreating them in X-Plane. And how I'm doing that is I bought the Orbx True Earth for the UK. And so that helps me have the scenery probably looking about as nice as it could look in X-Plane. So there are times where it is, I don't see a whole lot of difference between that and Microsoft Flight Simulator. There are other times where some of the points of interest are just missing, they're not there. So that's part of the fun is I don't have any of the balloons up above the points of interest to find them. I gotta find them by looking at a map and by just flying the airplane to the point. So. So far it isn't going too bad. Looks like a bit of a high ridge over there. Sure if I'm going to have to climb to get over there or not. Not quite sure yet. Yeah, we're definitely going to be past that ridge. I gotta check something. Yeah. Just checking to make sure my compass is lined up. Looks pretty close. Okay. I had my my other map like zoomed in so far. It looked like I was pretty far off course, but not really. I just have this one not zoomed in as much. Now they're both zoomed about the same now. So. I'm kind of level plate right now, so I'm going to pop out of the cockpit. Going back go into chase view. Just kind of enjoy the scenery a little bit here. As long as I can see my map, I know that I'm not too far off in course. And I also have my the distance and the time of estimated time of arrival. So. But this scenery here, this is Orbx and True Earth for the UK. Looks farmy out here. Trying to see if I see any towns. Not really. Not here. Trees, scattered houses. It's pretty good this morning. Yeah. Up above 40, that's pretty good. Yeah, pretty happy with how it's looking. Just constantly looking up through the plane there to make sure I don't see like terrain coming up close to my wheels. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's a heck of a road there. Wow. Couple of switchbacks. Certainly looks like we're good here. Yeah, the only disadvantage flying out here is it's very hard to judge altitude. The train's going up and down, and you can't really tell from here whether the plane's going up and down. be good to have some instruments out here to kind of judge that. It says Castle's 13 miles away, so it looks like it flattens out after we get through here. Jump back in the cockpit and check my elevation. Yeah, I was doing pretty good. Trying to stay at 2,500. I'm at 26.1, so not bad. Yeah, that flight we're playing in Pilot ATC it's really messed up. Because according to this flight plan, right now I make after the castle I make a right-hand turn. That ain't showing that at all. Oh well. That's life. So we're 11 miles out, and it says about 6 minutes. So it does look like it flattens out here. Yeah, it makes airplane pretty easy. You get the plane trimmed and the elevation, I mean, it just pretty much stays there. You just have to play with the heading, because the wind's gonna kind of move you back and forth a bit. And it sounds like we had pretty good wind coming when I took off. Said about 18, but it was wasn't too concerned because it was pretty much down the runway, so I wasn't too concerned with the takeoff. So we'll have to see how the landing goes. And like I said, the upcoming airport, I'm not going to land at it. It's military, and I'll fly over it. So I'd like to just look at them, and I kind of wondered, because it doesn't show up, is it military it doesn't show up, or is it really closed? So in other words, if it's closed, I should see X's on the runway, telling pilots it's closed. You can't land here. Since I don't have any information about it, I can't tell what the elevation is here. So I'm 7 miles out, so I'm going to pull the power back to, let's say 2,000. And just do a real gradual descent. If the attractions on the ground being at 2,500 feet is not a good way to view it. as I get closer to uh, the Flores Castle, I keep increasing the range of the GPS, so it makes it a little bit easier to aim to it. If it's more to the top of my GPS, or to the top, it just makes it easier to aim. And I keep increasing it, trying to get it to the top. Right now it's a little bit above the top, but it will come back in. And we're descending at about 500 feet a minute. So when I get down around 1500, I'll probably level off. Maybe I'll try to go down to 1,000. You're just kind of guessing because you don't know what the elevation where you are. You can see it's flat, so, and more than likely it's not a mountainous plateau. Just, it doesn't look that way. We were over a small mountain and we went into a flat part, so it's 2.6 miles away. So you would think you could see it about now, but being hazy and all, it makes it more fun. So, I'm trying to get level about here. See if I stay level. Not yet. Yep, close. So, well, I can't say that I've actually saw it. It might be right here, but nothing is really obvious, and that's just kind of the way it goes. I just went right over it, and this wasn't obvious. Okay. So, our next heading is 26. It's about six miles away. I was so far away from the actual flight plan that when I was looking at my Magenta line, it was like way off, and I was like, fly a little bit, Bill. So I'm flying at 47. I should be at 26, but I got to intercept it, so. Oh well. So 2.5 miles away. I'll jump out to do a little better scanning. Gotta be pretty close here. So. No markings there. There are runway markings here. If there's numbers, they are very hard to read. Okay. See where we off to next. 301. Okay, so we're a ways away, so flying back up to 2,500 feet. Yeah, normally if a runway or if an airport is closed, they'll put X's on the runway, but also if you, I mean, I wasn't that high. I was 1,000 feet, so it's hard to say what the elevation was, but if there was numbers on the runways, you would have thought you could have seen them from that height. And I didn't see really, if there was anything there, it was really, really faint. So a runway without really having numbers on it, unless it's a grass strip, is probably something I don't want to attempt. Looks like some windmills up there. Plane was pretty level. I thought I'd jump out for a little bit. Yep, certainly a windmill farm. Certainly difficult, especially at angles, to have them look as good. Certainly not as good as real life, but you just have the aliasing going on. That just the nature of the structure. But some of them don't look too bad. I mean, from here, I mean, you can clearly tell the speed the blades are spinning. You know, that's pretty cool. Oops. Yeah, I thought I was off course. I'm off course and I'm too high. Trying to do a gradual descent, it wasn't working, so. So all these are like really close to the same area, so it's going to be a bit of fun once we get here to find them. And then the Edinburgh Airport is about 6 miles away from the Edinburgh Castle. So Edinburgh Airport's about 130 feet, so. It'll drop down about 1,000 feet. it says it's 2.4 miles away. Nothing big. So over there on the left, that's Edinburgh Castle. Oh. What did he say? So this is the town of Edinburgh. Here's something, it's called dynamic arc, and I'm not sure I found it yet. I'm getting a little worried that I'm losing altitude and not knowing it, but we're just kind of going with it. So I'll go over this. This looks like a sports stadium. So it may be one of the attractions I was supposed to find here, but they're not marked well, so it's kind of a little harder to tell. I think I better jump back in the cockpit. One get straight here. Back in the cockpit. Edinburgh is 270. I'm pretty good right here. I'm gonna jump out of the cockpit right now. So I'll get a view of both here. That's pretty cool over there. And this is Edinburgh Castle. And over here on the left, that's where they put up the grandstand for the tattoo. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's a good view. Oh, that turned out nice. Thanks. Really good. Okay. So, time to get ready for landing. 270. Frequency. EPG tower. I get myself, okay. So I'm 5 miles out, so Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Squawk 1200 altimeter 2988, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 24. Call downwind.
Okay. So the airport's 4 miles away. I have I'm doing a downwind for runway 24, so all I gotta do is find the airport, and we'll be golden. I don't need the map anymore. I need to know elevation. Airport. 130. 132. So I am at pattern elevation. And so far I haven't seen the runway. So I'm gonna try to pull the power back a little bit, try to get the nose and drop it there. I should be finding it pretty quick. Okay. So I'm thinking that that's it right there. So we'll go on this way. Can't quite tell. So if I turn in like this, what's it gonna do? Nope. Wrong. So I gotta go over this way. That's the runway over there. Open top. So I'm lined up with the runway, like parallel with it. So I'm gonna come over here and kind of keep. So basically I'm parallel with the runway over here. Trying to keep pattern elevation. And go out here a ways. Just trying to keep that runway where I know where it is, and then I'm going to make a right-hand turn to be on a left downwind. Everything looking good. Everything looking good. Got enough fuel. Fuel's not an issue. So the plane slowed down nice. So when I get ready to turn in here, I'll be easily ready to put out a notch of flaps when I need to. There is the end of the runway. So when I spin around, that heading bug is going to be in the bottom. That will mean that I'll be on a left downwind for runway 24. So probably out here about far enough. So go ahead and roll it around. I want to make sure I stay. I don't go over that runway. So we'll just do a right turn here. Just doing a nice slow turn here. Line her up, pull power back with mine. So I am on a left downwind for runway 24. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, left downwind, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 24.
Okay. Look like maybe a little close, not too bad though. Looking not too bad. Trying to just maintain this altitude for right now. That's off just a little bit. That's better. So, 1 knot to flaps. Looking for the runway to be at my 45. Runway 7,000 feet, so I got plenty of room. So I'm going to turn on base. 1 more knot to flaps. On base lake. Looking for that runway. 2 notches of flaps in. Plane is nicely slowed down. Hopefully not too slow. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final, runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 242 at 13 knots, cleared to land runway 24.
Okay. gotta get past those hashes. That's a threshold. Runway 24.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able.
Put the brakes on. Whoops. Whoops. So it looks like the stuff's over there. So hopefully I got taxiway coming up here pretty soon. Oh, cool. Oh, that was awesome. Oops. Lamps up. Where the heck's a taxiway? I must not have a lot of them here. I don't want to back taxi if I don't have to, but... I am just not seeing one. Oh, here comes one, I think. A taxiway? Nope, that's got an X. That says no taxiway. Wow. Hard to believe. I'm gonna go even further down here to find a taxiway. It's a taxiway. This stuff is like so poorly marked. Like right here, there it is. I mean, normally you have a lead and a yellow line leading you in up the runway for, oh, wow, a few hundred feet, maybe 1,000 feet, to kind of say like, hey, this is a taxiway. But that didn't exist. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear the active. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear the active runway. Are they intentionally not talking to me? Because the last thing I heard from Tower was exit runway when able, and I've done that. So now I shouldn't need permission to go to the taxiway. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Taxi to parking. We'll go to ground. Maybe they'd like me more. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Ground, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is ground, go ahead.
Clear the active runway, request taxi to general aviation parking.
Aircraft calling ground, say again with your call sign.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Alpha, Foxtrot.
Really? Guess I'm gonna have to figure this out. That's Bravo. Where the heck would Alpha be? Oh, this is Alpha. Okay. And I assume would be up this way. I'll just stay out of these people's way. See if I can find something that looks like general aviation parking. So far I would say no. I want to run into a tug. Whoops. Don't run into me. Please don't. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, crap. Oh, come on. You got a baggage handler here. Oh, it's hilarious. Where are these guys coming from? I don't want to hit a fuel truck. Well, there's a lot of space here. Certainly haven't found anything that looks like general aviation parking. So I think I'm gonna just call it a day. No, there ain't nothing out here. Looks like cargo. We're just gonna park over here. That's too funny. Yeah. There isn't anything that looks like a general aviation hangar. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So I'll put parking brake on. Avionics off. Kill the engine. Okay, it's been fun. Pull my lights off. Battery. Ignition off. All right, so I went quite well actually. So not too bad. Other than I mean, all the buildings here, I don't see anything that looks like a. I don't see any general aviation aircraft, so maybe none come here. So, but yeah, I did a great landing. Oh, that's too cool. Alrighty, I'm gonna call it a day, and it all went as well as I thought, and got to spend some time over Edinburgh, and that looked pretty nice. So I'm glad I'm getting more comfortable flying like outside the airplane. It's a better view for the viewer. So if you like this content, please click on the follow button, and I'll within the next few days, I'm sure I'll be streaming again. And normally I start my streams at around 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So we'll call it a day. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, I completely forgot you were
Oh.
talking.
It's okay, thanks.
I don't know, like.